So the POCO F3 GT is finally going to launch in the Indian market, and recently the company tweeted this, which suggests that POCO is launching this phone as a direct competitor of the OnePlus Nord 2. Now if you don't know, the POCO F3 GT is not some new phone from the company but rather a rebrand of an already existing Redmi K40 gaming edition. So no matter how much POCO claims to be an independent brand, it still comes under Xiaomi, just like the Redmi brand. Anyways, is the POCO F3 GT really going to be a OnePlus Nord 2 killer? Well, that's something only the pricing would tell. Still, in this video, based on the on-paper specifications, we would try to get a rough answer of that question. Starting with the design of the POCO F3 GT, the phone is really well built. It has an aluminum alloy frame along with Gorilla Glass 5 on the front as well as on the back. Now despite the fact that it is a gaming centric device, this phone lacks a 3.5mm headphone jack. I mean, I don't know what goes in the mind of these companies. If you're making a phone especially for gaming, then it is absolutely necessary that it has a headphone jack. For normal phones that are not marketed as gaming phones, it is not an issue. Just look at the Asus ROG Phone 5. The ROG Phone 3 did not have a headphone jack, and after getting the feedback from the users, Asus brought it back on the ROG Phone 5. Coming to other design elements, the POCO F3 GT has shoulder triggers on the side that you can map to any action in a game for a better gaming experience. Moreover, these are not touch-sensitive triggers as we have seen on other gaming phones like the ROG Phone 5 for example. These are full-fledged tactile buttons that can be retracted back into the phone's body using the sliders present on the side of each one. Now that's a pretty interesting implementation. Being a gaming-centric phone, the POCO F3 GT does come with some gamery aesthetics. For example, the camera module has RGB lights in it. So these LEDs will flash when you get a notification or when the phone is being charged or while playing a game. The LED flash on the back is in the shape of lightning, so that is also a unique design element. Alright, now let's jump on to the specifications. The POCO F3 GT comes with a flat screen on the front with a hole punch cutout in the middle. Now this is a flexible OLED with 120Hz refresh rate, 480Hz touch sampling rate, and since it is a 10-bit panel, it can show over a billion colors. It is worth mentioning that the panel is not from Samsung, as in case of the Redmi K40 or the K40 Pro. Performance-wise, the POCO F3 GT gets the Dimensity 1200 chipset, and this is the same chip which is there inside the OnePlus Nord 2. So this explains why POCO is targeting this phone as a competitor of the Nord 2. In short, the Dimensity 1200 is comparable to the Snapdragon 870 when it comes to the performance. There is LPDDR4X RAM instead of LPDDR5, but the storage is UFS 3.1. There are 3 cameras on the back that include a 64 megapixel primary, an 8 megapixel ultra wide, and a 2 megapixel macro. For selfies, there is a 16 megapixel camera. So nothing special here in terms of the cameras. As we know, the OnePlus Nord 2 is coming with a 50 megapixel Sony IMX766 sensor. So in terms of the cameras, it seems like OnePlus does have an edge here. In terms of the battery, the POCO F3 GT has a 5065 mAh battery which can be charged rapidly via a 67 watt adapter that comes in the box. The charging cable has an L-shaped connector, so this will ensure that the cable does not get in your way when you are gaming on this phone. And because this is a phone targeted for gamers, how can we forget the cooling? POCO F3 GT uses a vapor chamber, graphene and graphite to keep the device from overheating while playing heavy games. Well, that's all about the POCO F3 GT, and now talking about the pricing, the Redmi K40 Gaming Edition launched at a starting price equivalent to Rs 23,000 in China. So in the Indian market, we are expecting the POCO F3 GT to launch at a starting price of around Rs 26,000. At this price, it is definitely going to be a really good value for money because you're getting so much at this price. Apart from the OnePlus Nord 2, another phone that is a competitor to the POCO F3 GT is the Realme X7 Max, because that phone has the Dimensity 1200 as well. Anyways, what do you think of the POCO F3 GT? Do let me know via the comments section below, and as always, I'll catch you in the next one.